Hey guys, what's up? So on today's video, so I actually like this. So I started doing this my last video, and if you've not seen it, check it above. Yeah, so I'll continue doing this. Actually, I think it makes my voice more audible than pinning it on my shirt. Yeah, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Simeon. If this is your first time watching any of my videos, I usually make videos about international students in Sweden, and I just share my experiences. So if that's something you're interested in, please don't forget to like this video and also subscribe. If you are an existing subscriber, please like my videos. Please, I'm begging you, like my videos, and also share my videos to your friends and family. But yeah, today's video, I'm sure you've already seen the topic, is about student jobs. I have I think on almost every of my video, there's someone asking me about student job and what the pay is like. And I mean, I've taken a while to make this video because I wanted to get so much information and of course come from a point of knowledge and not ignorance. So yeah, before we actually talk about what type of student jobs there are, I think there are some explanations I have to go through before we get to that point. So yeah, to get a full context, just sit and watch this video. So the first thing will be working permit. So as a student, you don't need a work permit to work because your residence permit as a student grants you the ability to work, and you don't need to apply for any other thing to work, unlike some other European countries where you have to get another work permit aside your residence permit that allows you to stay in the country. Sweden, if you have a residence permit as a student, you can work, which is good. For the number of hours, there is no specific maximum. There's no specific maximum, but I would say that if you want to stretch this shit out of the work, maybe when you start getting to 20-25 hours, then I think that is because you also have your school. That is the red line for me. 20-25 hours, you're pushing it. But yeah, but of course this is subjective. Next will be tax refund. I'm sure if there's anything anyone has read about Sweden, to be taxes. When you Google Sweden, or when you want to read more about Sweden or learn more about Sweden, one of the few things that you see that come up top of the list is taxes in Scandinavia and in Europe. That thing is always there, which is good and bad, but I mean, it's not really black and white like that, because of course countries that take more taxes provide so much welfare systems for their citizens and people that stay in the country. So it's shaky. But yeah, this tax refund is in April. I think it's April, where after paying tax for a year, for the previous year, the government decides to give you a bit back during the tax refund, or ask you to pay them back because you are making so much and you're not paying a considerate amount of money for taxes. Yeah, I'm waiting for tax refund in April. Hopefully I get some amount of money. I should get it now. I think I've worked well this year. Who knows? But anything I get, I can't complain. Yeah, I think also on the topic of taxes are also different per regions or states. Yeah, per regions actually. So the taxes you get taxed less in bigger cities because bigger cities are expensive, and in smaller cities you get taxed more because standard of living is different. So when I was doing my internship at Spotify, I had lower taxes compared to my part-time job being Young Shopping. So that is also something to note. But yeah, I actually didn't know that until last week. Yeah. So another thing is part-time jobs. So I'm a designer, or I used to design before. I'm a designer, and I had 2 years working experience. So in my mind, when I was coming to Sweden, I was like, okay, my 2 years experience, I should get maybe a junior role that I could juggle with my education and all. And I've not gotten any junior role yet, but I think it's also because when companies employ you full time, they expect a level of commitment from you, which they cannot really request from you because you're a student. So, because you're a student, education is seen as so on a scale of percentage, education is seen as 50 to 70% of your 40-hour working time in a week. And if you decide to get a job, your job should commensurate with, let's see, it should be as much as 50%. This is like part-time, maximally, normally. So if getting a job is time consuming because the companies don't need all the time. So most times you get rejected because they don't feel that. They feel you have so much going on and you won't have their time, which is true. So that's why part-time jobs are more flexible, because they are done per the number of hours you work, and they are usually based on demands and things like this. So because those ones are more flexible, those ones are really more open to students getting them compared to a full-time role in a company or somewhere else. So that is something to note. Also, getting jobs, you have to remember that Sweden's official language is svenska, Swedish, and even though they speak English, so many jobs will still be influenced by the language, because that is the native dialect of people in Sweden. So that's something to note, that even if you can get a part-time job, another thing to consider is the language, which might be or might not be an obstacle in you getting the job. Yeah, down to the kind of student jobs that are available. Remember I said that part-time student jobs are usually in a flexible manner, so that you don't have too serious commitment and you also have time for your education, and that's how it's done. So what I will just list them. So they would range from working in a grocery store, in a retail outlet, to maybe food chains, restaurants, hotels, delivery, healthcare being like working in an elder's home or caring for old people, babysitting, also down to warehouses, stroke delivery companies. So these are like a couple of companies or couple of common popular jobs that I see that students have. European, Black, like everyone, like these are jobs for like everyone. And yeah, part-time job is general actually. Like there's no, yeah, they also have like their different cooperatives that set like a minimum that governs the wages of how a company is supposed to pay you. For example, there are like associations that govern, they're like labor unions that govern like warehouses, technology, mechanical engineering, and some fields like that have like a collective salary agreement where the company is not supposed to go less than that and things like that. So having a stable price, I think that is one of the reasons why there's no general or accepted minimum wage, because the industry sets, or the union in each individual industry sets this limit or minimum, which is good, because of course all jobs are not equal in terms of output and input. So yeah, but for grocery stores, I asked my friend, and she said between 130 to 140 Swedish krona. And this can also have perks like you getting double after working like 6 p.m. I think most of them actually require maybe Swedish. You most likely might. I think you require Swedish though. I don't know, but I think it's definitely a given, because of course you'll be interacting with people. So most jobs that require interacting with people actually sometimes in most scenarios require you to speak Swedish, which is not crazy, because of course you'll be interacting with people, and most of the people that you'll be interacting with are Swedes. So of course you should know how to speak what they speak. Yeah. And like I said, I'm learning Swedish. Jo allra svenska idag, varje dag. lite min svenska är bättre. Yeah, that's not smooth, but for restaurants, I think the range is also like 120 to like 130 ish, and also of course most jobs actually have additions, like you working on weekends, you get like maybe double pay, or you get an increase in your salary, in your pay per hour. Working after, like working the nights, working on weekends, Saturday, Sunday, you get like double, or you get like extra and stuff like that. Like there are just so many there's so many things like that, because those are considered hours that are not, are not comfortable. So working the night and working on weekends, you get like some form of extra pay, sort of. For warehouses, I think a good minimum is like 142. I would just say, like, overall, I think a good range of salary is like maybe 120 to like 160, depending on like where you decide to get a job or get a part-time job, which is good because there are also like extra benefits, like I mentioned. And yeah, in terms of, I know everyone is curious, like, but I think in terms of the highest I've gotten paid in my part-time job, I think that would be between under 20k and more than 15k. Yeah, so 15 to 20k after tax. I've gotten somewhere between that. I think with my internship, I got between 20 to 25 after tax. So different jobs, different pay. But yeah, and this actually concludes the end of the video. And I really hope I've done justice, because this has been like one of the most requested video on this channel, and finally I'm getting to do it. In a subsequent video, I'll actually be making a video on if you can actually pay your tuition fee as an international student working. I'm not even going to even give a straight answer to that question, but yeah, expect that video also. And thank you guys. If this is your first time coming to my YouTube channel, I hope you learned something. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe to my videos. Leave a comment also, ask questions, and I would answer as much as I can. I'll answer them below. Yeah, that's the end of the video. Bye guys.